Station brought to you by
Hyundai, I conditions apply.
You remember that? Have me sing it, yeah. You should know what I love like this. Oh yeah. You should know what I love like this.
Don't you love feel-good music?
I love feel-good music.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, John Mark, nice.
Honestly, I know you guys love feel-good music. That was the sound of our own John Mark Wigan with Love It Like This. You know what I love about that?
Yeah.
I always say that when you create a piece of art, you create magic because it's timeless. Look how long
ago that is.
And look at his appreciation for it. Look at how he's vibing to the music.
It's relevant.
I love when he goes, Babylon, and snappy. I'm just like, this is what creating art does.
Yes.
I love that.
And I always say, create something, put it on, create something, give it to the world 40 years from now.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's going to be like in 2076 when somebody needs this specific thing.
Correct.
Always say it. And I'm like, I saw it because Jimmy Cliff's daughter.
Oh, that's how it came in my timeline too, Odessa.
I saw Odessa.
Good morning,
post it.
Odessa, and obviously good morning to Sir Jimmy Cliff as well.
And so what I did was I reposted it and tagged Justine Hensel, who is Perry Hensel's daughter. You know, so.
And Perry Hensel would have been the producer. Of the film.
Yeah. So special thank you to Best Buds for, in the words of Jane Michelle, for zhuzhing up our set with these beautiful fresh cut flowers. Check them out today at any of their convenient locations. 6.5 Lady Musgrave Road, Kingston 10, Shop 8 in the Super Value Center, or in Millennium Mall in May Pen. So, you know, I have a lot of ratings for the people who work behind the scenes because they come here regardless of how they feel.
Agreed.
And how they look. Would you look at Cup Soup Boss? He looks absolutely horrid. But he's here. His face is full up like a crushed up piece of paper.
Hey, take that is serious.
Look at Cup Soup Boss.
Yes.
Mighty God. Mighty God. T to the K. How are you, TK?
Good morning.
Good morning.
You good?
I'm great.
You're good?
I'm great. How are you?
We're good.
I could tell.
We're good.
I could tell from the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
But who I really want to know is how is Cup Soup Boss, that hairstyle man?
He's recovering.
Yeah, I see it.
He's in stable condition.
I see it.
At a facility.
All right, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about what's happening in the headlines. Another fatal student stabbing. Another family is in mourning after news of their child's death hit home. An altercation between 3 students at the Catholic College in Mandeville in Williamsfield, Manchester, soon developed into a fatal stabbing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have a problem with violence and resolving conflicts, and we've been saying it several times in terms of the need, I mean, for, you remember we spoke about peace and love in school, PALS. I'm not of the view that it is an escalation or an increase, because I don't see the statistics that support it. What tends to happen is that when we pay attention to these things, we see them more and we report on them more. And so right now, it is a season when it's in our face, and it seems like every day we hear another one.
Absolutely.
But the truth is that they do happen, and we have to figure out how to, de-escalate things.
And this is,
which is why we have to search, all the back them when we search and these uncomfortable things that happen at schools. I mean, the police and the school resource officers and the Safe Schools program from the Ministry of Education, all of these resources can be deployed, but you can't deploy them in every situation. So at what point are we going to take some responsibility for how we stay?
Yeah. No, you raised a really good point about the statistics and having the numbers, and then there's numbers and there's just feelings, and it just feels like this has escalated, or it just feels like there's more, or it feels like it's getting worse, or there's just
the access to the information.
It's strange. Yeah. It's strange that this isn't an escalation, because it doesn't seem like it has been like this forever.
You know? I saw a clip where they were speaking more?
Nous allons...
A little more?
Clothes.
Les vêtements?
Mat-
Just
Les
kidding.
vêtements, les vêtements, les vêtements,
Vêtements.
clothes, so it's- exactement. Alors, nous allons commencer avec une liste de vêtements. Nous allons commencer par un pantalon.
Pants.
Exactement,
Pantalon.
un pantalon.
Pantalon.
You guys can see it on your screen. Un pantalon.
Pantalon.
Nous avons une...
Pantalon.
Exact, un pantalon.
Un pantalon est vert.
Ah, c'est pas mal. Un pantalon vert. OK, le prochain que nous avons, c'est une... C'est quoi? Un t-shirt.
Oh, that's easy.
Un
T-shirt.
t-shirt, c'est facile.
T-shirt.
Un t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Exactement.
T-shirt air rose.
Exact. Nous avons une chemise. Ah, exact. Une chemise.
Oh, like a baby shimmy.
Voilà, une chemise. Alors, c'est une chemise is more of the button down.
Button down,
Right? C'est
chemise.
une chemise, c'est un peu différent d'un t-shirt. Voilà. Qu'est-ce que nous avons après? Un petit chapeau.
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 Un chapeau.
There was a hat store called Chapeau back in the day.
Chapeau.
Un chapeau. Exact. Alors, aussi, nous avons, je crois que... fancy. Dans ce sac, il y a les chaussures.
Chahou.
Chaussures.
Chaussures.
Sur le, et sur le
Chaussures.
pied, les chaussures.
Et ou chaussettes?
Shoes.
Chaussettes.
Chaussettes.
So you put on the chaussette before you put on the chaussures.
Chaussette is socks.
C'est exactement. So we have chaussettes. Ou bien, like what Dennis is wearing, but you can't see from there, les baskets.
Les baskets.
Et les baskets.
Sneakers.
We have les baskets ou bien les chaussures, comme nous portons. Et qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre? Nous avons une jupe. Il est où ta jupe?
La jupe.
Ah, la jupe. Une jolie jupe.
Jupe.
Une jupe.
How
Exact.
do you say sparkly jupe?
Une jupe dorée.
A jupe dorée.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yeah. Yo, what are you? We have to be.
Oh man, none of that. Oh, no, brother, no, man. Mash up that, man.
You see you have a player? No big game,
Yeah, but I look a bad game. No, I said, person you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. No shake hand, I can play a little bad, brethren.
Really have a shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man.
Come together as one and make the violence done.
Sunrise Fitness, brought to you by Yoplait and Nature Valley.
Okay, thank you for having me this morning, and good morning to you and your viewers. So the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation, like you said earlier, was established in 1978 as a national response to what we call a social issue, teenage pregnancy.
Right.
The rate was high in the sense that we saw a large number of young ladies reporting pregnant in their teen years. And so the government of Jamaica decided that they have to implement something to have this rate reduced. And so the very first Women's Center was established right here in Kingston on Trafalgar Road, 42
Still is there.
Trafalgar Road, and it is still there. And we started out with 17 young ladies, and today we have grown and served over 55,000 young ladies. And what do? We offer continuing education for the adolescent mother or teen mother, as we'll say. And this education that we offer is on par with what happens in the formal school system, so they don't miss a beat. And another component is what we consider to be one of the very, very most important aspect, the psychosocial aspect of the intervention, and that is the counseling component. It is very important that the adolescent mothers recognize that, hey, this isn't the end of the road.
Correct.
And this is their second chance. And so they have to be equipped with coping to be a teenager as well as a parent. And so the component of counseling is very pivotal on them being able to be reintegrated back into the formal school system, which is the third pillar of the intervention. And that reintegration will see them going back into the high schools across Jamaica and continuing their education for those who we will say are ready to go back out, because readiness is rather important for reintegration.
It is synchro. However, the World Aquatics has changed the name. So it's the same thing, but majority of the persons know it as synchro. But it's now artistic swimming. And that's just to highlight the sport more on an artistic level. It's not just about synchronization, but the overall feel of the sport is very artistic.
As I was watching the video when we were coming in, when they was just like, wait, hold on, you have to swim laps of the pool to be able to do this thing, but you said, no, you don't have to.
No, not really, because you spend a lot of time upside down rather than going backwards. So it's more just being able to keep your head above water, and then you can get going.
And about what age would you say a lot of your kids come in and start?
Around 5. However, a majority of our athletes currently is between the 9 to 12 phase right now, but we take them as young as 5, as long as they can tread water, stay up, manage in deep water. We take them, they don't have to be doing laps because it's not competitive swimming.
What I did also observe was a lot of stretches, a lot of strength training, and a lot of flicks of the wrist, which I love as a dancer. Wendy, walk me through some of what it entails, the training for artistic swimming.
You'd be surprised, but it's like a 5-hour journey every day.
Wow.
So it's an hour of stretching, and then you have to do acrobatics, so you need to have a little bit of flexibility, and you need to have a little bit of gymnastics, and then you have to have a little bit of swimming, and then you have to be a dancer, and then you need to put it all together and look good. And then they say, no matter how you do it, look good, look good, look good, and smile, even in the pain. But yes, it's very challenging, but it's also very rewarding.
Well, this is our nose clip that we use for all our synchros, and this is how you put it on, and this is how you actually look in the water. You look kind of funny.
Yeah, just a little. How hard is it not to sound like this with the thing on your nose?
It's super hard.
Unfortunately, it is fairly common. Now we're getting more footage. Everyone has camera phones.
Right.
There's more virality in videos like that. But it's more common for people to actually encounter crocodiles in areas that are, wetlands or where people live, and not have this type of interaction. There's a crocodile there, and you go about your business. But when these incidents do occur, like I said, the footage gets more.
I mean, growing up, for me, I've always been of the view that people that will live with crocodile there, they know. It's almost like they know the crocodiles and the crocodiles know them. They know where to go. They know when it is likely that they will be maybe crossing the road, maybe after a period of heavy rain or something like that. So is it that we are more or less aware, or is it that we're invading their spaces? Explain to me maybe some of what we're seeing, because, for instance, going to Hellshire growing up, some of the times, there's some traffic. Oh, there must be a crocodile crossing the road or something.
But there's
like
also a reason why there's a crocodile that says, "Welcome to Hellshire," right in the middle of
exactly.
Because we know it's their space.
That's right.
Right, correct. So there is I want to say a slight demographic shift where there are more people living in closer proximity to crocodiles. There are more people who maybe, like you said, hadn't grown up in that area. I've spoken to persons that say, I live all my life in Portmore, I've never seen a crocodile. Where there are other persons who are like, oh, I can show you a crocodile right now.
Yeah.
And it's the reaction to the crocodiles and wildlife. Some persons, even though they have grown up with them, when they actually do see one in close proximity, there's a group of people and there's, I want to say, crowd pressure. So sometimes persons decide to act, and there's this misconception that persons on spot should see a crocodile and catch it, and the NEPA will come and take it away. Ideally, we want persons to just leave the animal alone.
And make the call.
And make the call.
Right.
We needed to raise capital, but our experience with local financial institutions was that they were cautious and slow to act, and interest rates were far too high. We had real concerns about financing our business through outside equity investors and the possibility of interference. Could we get a fair valuation for our business? We had our own ideas about the business and its value. Should I go the traditional route of bank financing, or should I try the Jamaica Stock Exchange? So we made a call and experienced transformation of our business through conversations. I'm John Mafood, CEO of Jamaican Teas, and we're listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Give us a call today at 876-967-3271 to begin your transformation through conversation. We want to see your company listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
So there are a couple of things that are very special about this IPO. Firstly, we're looking to raise just about 2.2 billion with the potential to upsize that to 3 billion. This is going to be spread over 3 tranches, each paying a separate interest rate. The first tranche is 9.25% for 13 months. The second one is 10% for 36 months, and 10.5% for 36 months, and 10% for 26 months. A couple of things that I want to talk about or highlight, really. Firstly, at these interest rates, it's significantly better than almost everything out there in the market.
I was going to say, there's been a long time since I've heard of interest rates like these.
Your typical savings account will pay you probably below 2% per year. So if you think about it, you're really doing a disadvantage by keeping your money in a savings account earning 2% when you could do 10.5%. So just to give some context to that, you're looking at 10,500 for every 100,000 that you invest, right? The minimum investment amount is 20,000, and we grow in increments of 10,000, and there's no maximum amount.
You know, it was just yesterday we were distinguishing between stocks and bonds, and we were talking about, you know, that bonds are coming back because, you know, people were excited about the stock market, and everybody for the last maybe 5-6 years has been, stocks. But I mean, it's very important, the role of bonds in terms of more predictable, more stable, adding that element to your portfolio. I mean, are we seeing now people more gravitating towards this as an area of investment?
So where I would say you're seeing bonds take the lead within the space is currently interest rates are very high.
Yes.
They also offer you a stable and fixed rate of return, which in times of uncertainty makes investors feel better.
So the CHTA, the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, we really promote destination, the Caribbean, and we have 33 member countries, and we of course work with all the hotels, the attractions, everything else, and our ultimate goal is to make the Caribbean continue to be the #1 warm weather destination throughout the world. So, you know, that's our goal.
You know, what I love the way, for instance, we have like the JHTA, but the other hotel and tourism associations of the region work together.
Correct.
There are excellent strategic partnerships because we know we're competitors, but not really competitors because we do work together to build each other. Tell us about the marketplace and how that creates a synergy.
So Marketplace now, we're in our 42nd year, and we haven't been to Jamaica since 2019. So this is great for me as president, a Jamaican president, to bring it back home. And it's actually going to be my last Marketplace. I've done 3 in this presidency, and I'm stepping down this year. So,
all right.
So it's big for me. But what Marketplace does, it brings in all our international partners, so the big tour operators, travel advisors, the media. We have over 50 media that will be attending. And we meet with all of the hoteliers, the suppliers to the industry, the attractions, the transportation providers, and we contract, and we look about how can we really drive more business to the Caribbean. So it's a 3-day showcase. We have the first day, which would be our business of tourism, where we have the travel forum, where all the regional international thought leaders will kind of get into how do we ensure that Caribbean tourism not only survives as we've come through COVID, but continues to thrive and grow. You know, we have about 19 million persons living in the region, and we welcome somewhere in the region of 33 million persons to the Caribbean each year. And we're trying to grow that, you know, trying to get back to even better than our 2019 figures, and I think we'll do that this year.
Is it A, sorry, B, Cornwall, C, Spanish Town, D, Middlesex? You bust first.
Sorry.
So that is correct.
All right.
All right, so let's go to the last challenge for freshers. And this is finish the lyric. Sorry.
Oh, geez.
Finish the lyric.
Let's go.
The smell of your perfume.
The smell of your perfume.
I thought I was immune.
There we go. What song is it?
I have a question.
Yes?
There's so many songs that start off that.
No. But also,
Where have you been?
But
Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody don't love me quite like you.
All right. Let's not get distracted, guys. Name the longest river in Jamaica. Is it A, Rio Cobre, B, Rio Minnow, C,
Rio Cobre.
Rio Cobre? Judges?
No.
That is not right at all.
Plantain Garden?
No, Plantain Garden.
It's Rio Minnow.
Yes,
Rio
you know.
Minnow.
And with that answer, we have come to the end of the early morning game show. Clap yourself. So now we'll be back with the points. So Yendi.
We win, man. That's all. That's we still a win. And we still a win.
All right, so the scores are in. The scores are in. And the winner this morning is Team Sunrise. All right. Team Meadowbrook, thank you for being here. And they have exams this morning, you know.
Oh yeah?
Cape and all the best on that.
All the
Go and destroy it. All right.
We'd like to thank God. We'd like to thank the team. We'd like to thank
our coaches and teachers. Yeah.
Wins. Give thanks.
the shakers, the people making a difference, who never shy away from a challenge, who are never afraid to dirty their hands, to jump in and get things done, who are never afraid to fail, to take a risk, to learn. You know them and aspire to be like them. And you can, because there's always room for greatness. Apply today. University of Technology Jamaica, the birthplace of greatness.
Sunrise Fitness, brought to you by Your Plate and Nature Valley.
Welcome back to the round table this morning. The topic is precocious or rude, curtailing children's voices. And you know, the time certainly flies when we're passionate on the round table, because right now it's time for final thoughts. Oh, Lord. Nikanya, go ahead. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts on the issue is that we have to empower children, but in a way that they remain respectful. And those who are outspoken, those are the movers and the shakers in the world. I believe that is so. I believe I was invited to speak here because I was outspoken, you know, and that would have been recognized by someone somewhere. So having a voice and having a strong one is very important. However, respect is also important, and that's something that is a learned behavior. So it's up to society, you know, it's up to the parents, it's up to those religious figures, etc., to teach children what is right, what is wrong.
Well done.
Well, for me, I will just say a story was shared with me that a 9-year-old little boy was kidnapped. And when he was kidnapped, he began singing, "Every praise is to our God." And he sang it repeatedly over and over and over again for 3 hours. This child sang that song till finally the kidnapper pulled over and let him out and said, "Don't tell anybody what happened," right? And he went on, so the gospel award, the person who sang that song actually awarded the child and responded to that. So my thing is, teach a child the way that they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. When they are in danger, they will not depart from it. When they need help, they will not depart from it. And when they need to express themselves, they will not depart from it. We cannot not teach them biblical principles when we're adding everything else into it. We cannot take that out and think everything is going to work. There's a balance. We have to keep it.
Children are little human beings, and they came here to this world, when you bring them, because they need your help. Guide them accordingly. Give them the tools that they need so they can be their own voices in the space where you're not there to speak for them. They are going to grow up to be adults, and so they need the tools, and your job is to give it to them. And when I say you, I'm not just talking about their parents. Barbie spoke about community. Community is important. As far and as wide as it goes, all of us have a responsibility to the little people in our lives, including the people who are not their parents. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. That's a wrap for the roundtable today. Thank you to our special guest, Nikanya. It's such an awesome experience meeting you this morning.
Nice being here.
Awesome.
Back again.
Yes, man. I need to talk to you some more, for sure. And big up your mother and your father. Then go have themselves.
Student leader.
To you, enjoy the rest of your days. And as you go forward in the world, remember to be good. Be on purpose, take care, walk good.
Walk good. Then maybe my heart wouldn't be aching so much. He's a baby, he's a child. She's an infant, just a child. How could you burn the bridge of the future?